How to stay motivated on your drawing journey. Let's go. So usually when you click on a video like this, they'll tell you that you need patience because getting good at drawing will take a long time. And they're only half right. Getting good at drawing will take a long time. But you don't need patience. And first, I need to show you the definition of patience to understand this. And this isn't like me just going over like semantics in some weird way. You'll understand this. So if I read to you the definition, it says, the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. So it told you to tolerate suffering. What if you just didn't suffer? Then you wouldn't have to tolerate suffering. And I think that's really the important thing here. Because if you're watching a YouTube video about how to be motivated, you probably have some kind of lack of motivation. And so when somebody tells you, tolerate the suffering, bro, it's like, that's kind of not motivating at all. It doesn't help. It's counterintuitive to the goal of the viewer. So here I am on your sides trying to get you to actually be motivated where you don't actually have to feel suffering. So why would you suffer when you draw? And I think the main cause of like suffering or delay or trouble when you're drawing would be from you not seeing what's coming up. Like if you imagine someone who's just extremely sad, his life sucks, depressed and everything, he doesn't have something he's excited for. But just imagine like someone who's really just giddy and happy. Anyone who's like giddy and happy, like extremely blooming with excitement, is excited for something. Like, well, duh, someone who's excited is excited for something. So basically, you need to be excited for something in drawing. But how do you do that? Because it's like, well, you just practice drawing, right? How can you be excited? Well, it's through having a goal within drawing. So, for example, I am making a video right now, separate from this one, about me drawing hands for 30 days. Now, I kind of suck at drawing hands, and every artist hates practicing to draw hands, but I'm going to go through the suffering of drawing hands for 30 days. But I'm excited for it. Now, think about this. If I was not making a video of it and I just said, yeah, I need to get good at drawing hands because all my hands suck, and then I tried to do it on my own, I'd probably just give up like halfway through. But the fact that I'm making a video about it, which is already kind of cool because you always watch these YouTube videos and you're thinking, I want to be that guy. There's the video aspect. Then there's the aspect of you're getting to share your progress with others. And, someone's probably going to give you like a validation or likes or something. So you get the validation. And then also, I'm not just making this one-off video. I make lots of videos. And the reason I'm making all these videos is so that I can basically sell my teaching so that I can make money off of art. And if I make money off of art, then that means I get to live a life doing what I love, which is art. So, if you want to be excited about drawing hands for 30 days, then you should have an exciting goal about that. And you don't have a goal. Like you can say, like if I asked you what your goal is, you would probably say something vague or, generic, like, oh yeah, I want to be an artist. But the thing is, that's kind of like a distant idea to you right now. It's not like a concrete thing you have coming up. But if instead, like me, you set a goal that's somewhat coming up in the near future, and it's also an exciting goal, and I'll go over how to make the goal exciting itself, then you will be motivated to do the tasks that you need to do to get good at drawing, like practicing hands and whatever. So, how would I make the goal? When you make the goal, you need to make it reasonably unreasonable. So if you imagine a goal that's like just huge, then it won't work all the way because it seems unrealistic and is unrealistic. And because it seems unrealistic, you don't think you'll get it, and it's not motivating. But also, if you do the reverse of that, where you make a goal that's really reasonable, then it's quite lame because it's so reasonable. Like if you set the goal to draw 5 days in a month, it's like, that's so easy to draw 5 days in a month, and it's just lame. It's not much of a goal, is it, right? So what is the sweet spot? Like, what specifically is the place you need to put your goal? It's reasonably unreasonable. So basically, it is possible, but barely so. Like, if you did all the right tasks, you could get it. So for me, I think that a reasonably unreasonable goal would be for me to make $2,000 per month after a year of trying for it online. And think about that. I'm 17 years old, and yeah, I'm good at drawing, but I'm still not like pro level, right? And so making money through drawing at this age online, that's kind of unreasonable, right? But also, it's still only $2,000 per month after a year. So it's this sweet balance. Like if I started making that money online through art, I would be so happy, right? Because after a year, I'd be 18 years old, or yeah, like 18 and a half, let's say that. Then that means that at 18 and a half, I'm already making kind of a full-time income. Sure, not a good one, because if you take the $2,000 per month, multiply that by 12, you still only get like $24,000 a year. So it's like a poor full-time income. But the thing that from there is, though, I'm still only 18. So I can scale that up further. Like if I was capable of going from 0 to 2,000 in the span of a year, then I can just keep scaling it up over time, so that by the time I'm like 22, I'll be making insanely good money, like probably 6 figures per year. So you should do something similar. Now, if you are watching a video from me, then that probably means you're on a lower level than me. Like, just being honest, like not being insulting or anything, because I'm here to help you. But if you're on a lower level than me, then maybe you're not at the level to make money. Now, maybe you are. Like, if you're like just below me, you could start trying to do what I'm doing, making YouTube videos. And the cool thing is that when you make YouTube videos, you're more likely to practice what you preach. Because, like I said earlier, I'm making another video on drawing hands for like a 30-day challenge using the method I created for my video on how to practice drawing. So now I'm going to like hyper-focus using a specific method just because I've been making YouTube videos. But if I hadn't had been making these videos, I probably wouldn't be doing that system. But let's just say you are completely a beginner, like your drawings are just not there. Then maybe this isn't the right goal for you, because if you start making YouTube videos trying to teach people, it feels kind of wrong. But like I'm at a level where, sure, I'm not a super professional, but there are aspects of art that I'm really, really good at that I can teach. And so it feels completely fine for me to teach it to you and try to sell you even more personalized feedback and stuff like that. So for those of you that can't make a goal that's as exciting as making like money at a young age, right? You should probably have a different kind of goal. Now, the good news is that if you're watching a video about how to draw, you probably already like to draw. It's just that sometimes you're watching all these videos about these pro artists who do such good drawings, and you see on like Pinterest all these good drawings, and you're like, well, I need to do that. You start practicing and it doesn't match up, so you might get a little demotivated. And in that case, if you're at the level where you can't make your goal to make money, which sadly you probably are, like no offense or anything, but you need to get better at drawing, then you should make your goal about getting better at drawing. But here's the problem. If you vaguely do that, then one day you'll think, oh, I need to practice drawing different poses, and then another day you'll think anatomy and then shading and stuff, because your brain is so scattered from all these different videos and reels and Pinterest pins and stuff you see. So what you need to do, though, for your goal is to pick one aspect that you're going to get really, really good at. So with drawing, you might just choose to get good at drawing different poses using the basic shapes of the body. And if you get good at that, then you will have much better drawings, like just objectively. If you learn the basic shapes of the body and you figure out the right proportions and you practice drawing them in different proportion, your drawings, in different poses, sorry, not different proportion. In different poses, your drawings will automatically be so good. Like the other day, I was drawing at work and I was just, I had just a simple Bic pen and some copy paper. And I just pulled up a reference on my phone. It was like an interesting, complicated pose. And I didn't do anything like special or different than I usually do, except the fact that it's like a nice, interesting pose and I have like a nice reference there. And it turned out like really, really good. And I think it's just because of the pose. Like I did not do any of the shading different or anything out of the ordinary, except I'm using a reference with a really cool pose in it. So imagine if you got really, really good at drawing poses just because of the fact that you can make it dynamic. Your drawings will be dynamic, which is an awesome thing for a drawing to be. So that's just some random example. But like, let's say you're already like past the point of drawing different poses. And honestly, us artists never are. Practicing poses is always good. So I would still probably recommend that to be your goal. But you could make your goal about shading or something like that. Because shading, especially the way I do, or at least in my opinion, is so awesome. Because the contrast is insane, at least the way we do it. Because here, we draw with really strong, deep shadows and high contrast, and then we add the cross-hatching comic book style coming out of it. And that cross-hatching, if you make it really sharp especially, it will really make it look detailed because you're adding all these little lines, but at the same time, you're still just adding the little lines over and over again. So maybe your goal could be to master the kind of shading we do. And the thing is, if you focus on one thing, rather than watching all these different tutorials and going on Instagram and seeing all these different kinds of art, like you see the painting and the figure drawing and the comic art and whatever, then you feel like you have to do all of that. And then when you like try all of that and like save all these images and whatever, you dilute your focus. And when your focus is diluted, you don't really progress as much. And so you need to focus on one thing. And by doing that, you'll see the progress going. And when you see your progress going up and up and up, it's really motivating. But if you keep saying stuck because you're trying to do all these different things at once, then it's really demotivating. And I think that's really all there is to staying motivated through drawing. It's really, really simple, but you just have to do these steps. So right now, here's what you're going to do. Like, I don't want to just give you these advices, then you click on another video and forget about it. So right now, what you're going to do is pull out some sort of paper or Google Doc or something you can write on, and you're going to figure out what the goal is for you. So maybe it's about making money over the course of a year. Maybe it's getting good at drawing poses or getting good at the shading style we do, whatever. And then you'll be motivated. Do it now. That's all. Goodbye.